to get out of the mount. And I would imagine that you could probably have lunch or dinner in the same amount of time that they could escape with one arm when their other arm is up like this and you have the cheek and the shoulder in good position is exceptionally hard. So to make a long story short, when you mount somebody, go get to the half T position and boom, you're going to significantly increase your chances to stay mounted and you will significantly decrease his chances to escape well, okay? So little tangent, but in this situation we went from Kimura, we hit a Sumigaeshi right to the mount, and we got to the half T position. So one more time. He goes flying over, I hit this, he comes racing to the top, he'll step over the inside, we seal that, and we go right to the mount position, and now I've tried the straight arm lock, it didn't work. I brought my elbow into conservative position, and now I'm gonna go collect the head. Once we collect the head, we will adjust our body position, and now we are in a half T mount. And you're solid right there. So that's a nice way to follow up on this Kimura technique. All right, let's take a look at a third follow-up. Again, you've got to have these bases covered. I told you I'm an omoplata maniac because of the way the guard is structured. Omoplata is something that's going to happen over and over and over. And again, the importance of countering his counters. We're still on the rollout and we're still looking at Kimura because the scenarios that present themselves, if you don't have a well-defined approach or answer to these scenarios, well, then you don't really have a system now, do you? So the next scenario is that I'm still locking Kimura. He rolls out and I'm still in the process of locking. But now, either I chased his arm too far or he got up in a way that bullied me over to my left hip. So when we get bullied over to this left hip, we're starting to run out of options. But what we're going to do is we're just going to place our left leg over the top of his knee. And what I want is I want to disrupt the speed at which his knee can open up and put him into good position. If I let him open up that knee and get his hand inside his hip, we're in trouble. So this knee, or my foot rather, goes over his knee. So Kyle can't really walk to his right very well. It's stuck. And then that same momentum that he's coming up with, I'm going to use it to disrupt and put him on his right hip. My right foot can still go to the near hip. Do you see if I had a Sumigaeshi hook there we used in the last technique. This foot will still chop in at that hip. Does not go across the waist. If it goes across the far waist, I'll lose a significant amount of my scissoring power. We're going to scissor only this hip. I've got his knee covered and my foot goes into the hip and I'll scissor this hip to put him down on his hip. This will allow me to place my head on the mat, and now if I choose, I'll put my foot on the far side, okay? And I've got two follow-ups. One, we go right back to the mount where we were before. Cross our feet, and we look for our half T. Two, when we scissor to the hip, I'll take the foot to the far hip, and I will use, now, you can either take this foot to the far hip or take this left leg and leave it on this near hip. The risks of having this foot on the far hip are being leg locked. You have to be a little cautious of leaving this foot on this far hip and doing absolutely nothing. But if I'm decent here or have good timing, what we'll do is we will turn. I will keep my foot near the knee, so it adds a significant amount of weight to me and him, adds weight to his left leg, and it makes my left leg weightless. That allows me to move to the opposite side and be cross-side for a Kimura attack from cross-side. So look at this at several different angles because it's noteworthy of seeing that everything's going on. So as he goes, again, we catch the calf, I hook the hip, here he comes, and his body runs me over. We make sure that foot is over the top of the leg. I've got Kimura locked in. I still have his Kimura. His hand is not under his hip, although this one could work even if the hand is over there. The right foot goes in, and I scissor the hip. It puts him down on his hip. Now we post the head on the mat, and I can either put my foot over and mount him, okay, or rotate the this side, buddy. Or, if we choose, I can put my foot over, not by the hip, but down by the knee. And then I can add weight to my right leg, which makes my left leg weightless. Back step, scissor, and come to the cross side. And still look for, hey, I've got Kimuras. If I miss Kimuras, I have the isolation of the arm. I can go into yokos and kapus and reverse triangles and all sorts of things. And there I can start a side mount system. Okay, we've got a good position to do so. So we've tried. We were late on the Sumigeshi, and either I chased his arm or his weight bullied me over. But I still have the Kimura locked into play, and that's important. Okay, it's important for this move to work that you have the Kimura locked in. Let's have a quick discussion of why is he not turning so fast, or how can I get that arm when we roll someone over, and I'm looking at Kimuras. Go ahead, bud. When we roll someone over and I'm looking for the Kimura, when his arm goes through, I'm going to lay on him. We need to lay our weight on him. And this hand needs to catch this wrist immediately. So as Kyle keeps coming up, he's going to be slow. The reason why he's slow is because my right arm isn't really moving at all. I'm laying on his shoulder line with my rib cage, and my armpit is